Maver 88 with my ghost run of the Isle of Sgàil. Most of my season 2 of Hitman runs, ghost runs, have been rather quick and easy, and they've not really challenged me. And I was like, why am I even bother trying, because this is just basically a normal run. Well, that ends now. Isle of Sgàil, New York, and Haven Island are all more difficult than any run I've done up to this point. They all had unique challenges and things that made it much more harder for me to complete than before. Isle of Sgàil really helps to have a disguise, and luckily the janitor's disguise is one that has gloves. So that is where we're starting, and that's where I'm going. You see, I am picking up every coin I can find. We need a lot of coins on this one, so grab all the coins you can. We're heading our way over. We're going to use the effigy to get rid of Zoe. And one of the challenges is if you try to do that without the Master of Ceremonies disguise, you're in a lot of trouble. The Master of Ceremonies disguise is the only one that will get Zoe to willingly walk into the effigy so that she can be burned in an accident kill. So we have to set things up and motivate her to go inside that effigy. So do like you would normally do. Go ahead and sabotage the effigy so that she won't be able to escape. And then we're going to head out. You do not need to be the Master of Ceremonies to light the pit of cash on fire. The janitor can do it, and he's going to do it here. That is the AI's signal for Zoe to head over to the effigy, but she won't go in without the Master of Ceremony doing his speech. So I wait till the 2-minute and 20-second mark. I want Zoe as far away as possible to give myself time to set things up. So that is what I was waiting for. She's over by Janice's coffin at this point, so it'll take her a while to get back up here. Once you light the pit on fire, you need to get that torch up the stairs or up one level. And you can't carry it up there. This disguise won't work on those staircases. You are not trespassing to be up there, but they won't let you walk up the staircase to get there. When you're coming up this pipe, look to make sure. See, I almost got caught. Somebody usually goes to investigate the torch being thrown. It's a guard, sometimes it's an architect, but in either case, you don't want to be spotted coming up that way. But once you're up here, it's no longer a trespass zone. We're going to use coins to get Zoe to go inside. So I'm using 4 coins here just to get her to go inside, and I'm not going to be collecting these later. Grab the torch. It has gone out, so you need to reignite it. About this time, Zoe usually appears. There she is. We're going to put the torch over here near our exit. We're going to place it carefully. That way the flames don't go out. Now we need to get these 2 guys to look the other way while we toss the torch and make our escape. So we're going to throw a coin, but we need to wait until Zoe gets inside the effigy. If we do it too soon, she might bounce out, and then you got to restart. So she's picked up the first coin. She's going for the second, or at least seen the second. She's going, watch, make sure that one guy's head is turned the other way before you toss the coin. All right, Zoe's inside, or close to it. She just picked up the second coin, and now we can make our escape. You need to do that pretty quickly, because the architects on the side will turn around, and if they see you going down, your silent assassin is ruined. With that done, and that took a lot of figuring out to get that way, a lot of trial and error. So we are now going to head off to the harder kill. Sophia is really hard to kill. She has a bodyguard that's with her. And we're going to need a briefcase to make this work. And luckily there's a briefcase not far from where you spawned. We just have to work our way up to it. Being mindful of the cameras, because we're not taking out the cameras here. There are like 3 camera locations, but they are all manned and nobody's turns their back long enough for us to take them out. Watch the camera, watch the enforcer, and then make your run when you get your opening. So my original thought with Sophia was one of those security hubs, the one up on the 3rd floor. I thought, all right, I can probably get her there. The 2 guards in the room are both facing one direction. I'm behind them. Sophie comes in, sees a coin. I can go ahead and distract her. She'll go over, look at the coin. Then I can go ahead and subdue her, drag her out to the next room, and then throw her out the window for a suicide kill. But every time you subdue her, immediately her bodyguard, even though he's outside the room, will come into the room and he spots you. And I was like, oh, that stinks. Watch the guard, watch the cameras. So I thought, well, maybe if I get her out of the room so that I can subdue her with the door closed, the guard won't see her. No, that don't work either. First of all, it's very hard to get behind her in that case. I had to get in the closet, and by the time I was getting over to her and trying to close the door so I could knock her out, the guard would come straight to her, so he'll come through that door too. So that did not work. She does not go near any kind of a place where you can get a normal accident kill. These chandeliers don't have winches. There's no place to electrocute her. There's no gas explosion possible. She doesn't smoke. I mean, it was like, all right, where am I supposed to get this woman? So that was challenging. Then I saw that she leans over a railing at one point in her loop. So there's your obvious kill opportunity. There is an enforcer staring straight at her. There is a tech worker who can see her through his periphery vision. And there are 2 other guards / enforcers who have their backs to her that will turn around very quickly, especially if you make a distraction. And your window of opportunity is seconds. To complicate it even more, Blake Nathaniel usually is walking by around the same time, and he will also be a potential enforcer. So yeah, that's challenging to work out the timing on that. And it took a lot of trial and error. If possible, and this is where I'm going to save at some point, because if the timing works out to where Blake is getting in my way, I can turn on that sync and distract him, and he'll come in and clean up the mess, and that'll give me enough time. I'm not sure how the timing is going to play out, though. Sometimes he's running early, and we'll get there and be a problem, and other times he's running a little late, and he's not a problem at all. So this is where I do my save, because this is going to be a tricky one, and you're probably going to have to redo it a couple times. All right. So once we know that she is on her way to our point, we're going to head upstairs. We're doing it a little slowly because the enforcer who comes through here, that's the other reason we're in the bathroom, is currently up there, and we need to wait for him to leave. There's the constant, there's the enforcer. I'm just following him down because I want to lay a coin trap just in case Blake is going to be a problem. Have Blake slow down a little bit so that he won't get up there. If he gets up there and sees Sophia, they're going to have a long conversation, and it's really going to throw the timing off. All right, I'm also going to lay a coin over here. The guard that's going to come over and turn the fuse box back on, I want him to be slowed down too, so I have plenty of time to push Sophia over the edge without being seen. Alright, as soon as Sophia steps on the carpet, you want to drop your briefcase. I got a little late on here. And then I'm moving down because you have the enforcer coming out to deal with the fuse box that we just turned off. Her bodyguard will pick it up. That is not 100%. I'm throwing the coin now to distract the worker. Sophia heard it. She's telling another guard to go check it out. So he's turned around and he's looking at me. So you have to wait till he turns back around and hope Sophia hasn't moved on yet. And now you can knock her over the edge. That timing does not work every time. Sometimes Sophia will hand the briefcase to another guard and make him bring it back, and the bodyguard's there. Other times she and the bodyguard will ignore it. The architect will see it, and he's the one that deals with the briefcase. You know, it's very tricky, and you don't know which way it's going to go. It's all random. So that's why you do the save in the bathroom. Luckily, Blake Nathaniel wasn't a problem on this run. I'm avoiding the place where Sophia landed, because if you go there right now, you would be spotted as suspicious, even though I'm a janitor. Who knows? And we're going to head our way over to the helicopter exit. Watch out for the camera. Watch out for the enforcer. And it looks easy from this, but there were a lot of miscues and trial and error to figure it all out. And it's probably not going to go smoothly for anybody else trying to recreate this. And that was easier than the next two.